Hi everybody. Today I want to talk about negative or toxic relationships. Whether it's at work, friends you surround yourself with, even in your relationship, even marriages, girlfriend boyfriend relationship. So first of all, I'd like to start with my kind of the one that I experienced. It was my first kind of relationship was at with my girlfriend some years ago, and I remember it wasn't something to be proud of. I remember we used to fight most of the time because of our insecurities, and at the end of the day, I realized when the more I was spending most of my time with her, I was becoming even like her. I was picking her behavior, and that's what you should learn in a relationship. The more you spend time with people who are toxic, you become like them. You inhabit like them. You pick the kind of behavior that they have, and I remember this day where I can't talk about the day in detail, but I remember it reached a point that I became so insecure that I was doing the things she was doing. And then at the end of the day, I realized even if she'd hurt me, I'd go back to her. Something which was not wise. And then I realized that the more she hurt me, the more I'd always be dependent on her. And it was bad. It was so bad. Imagine we used to do crazy bad things together. We do bad things together, and still I'd go back to her. She'd hurt me, and I'd still go back to her. And I'd hurt her, she'd still come back to me. At the end of the day, I realized this was messed up relationship, and I never needed it. So after around 4 years of being in that relationship, I decided to quit. It was hard, but I walked out. When I walked out, I realized that I have to start my own journey on my own. It was hard at first, but then I pick up, and that's the way it should be with all relationships. If it's not going to work, you don't have to stay there because you believe nobody's could love you, or you don't have to stay there because you believe you're connected with that person. You don't have to stay there because you believe you have to give that person chances. You don't have to do that because that's bad. It will only change you. It will only hurt you. It will only take away your peace. It will only not even make you better. It will take away your inner dignity as a human. And also want to talk about work. I used to have this boss who was I probably call a dickhead. He used to micromanage us from work even to our homes. This guy used to follow up on our issues. He'd look at our movement even in WhatsApp, Facebook. This guy was like what do you call a total control freak. It reached a point there. It reached a point there with me. I felt like this was not the thing I wanted to be in. I loved my job so much, but this was not what I signed up for. The kind of behavior of somebody else to look out to you, and, investigate you, to spy on you, put people to look to be searching you. In fact, I remember I used to have I was so close to one of my female colleagues that even started thinking that I was sleeping with her. The most ashaming part is the fact that we never get along with him, and it was him, not me. And I tell you, it's the worst because if up to today, something that's annoying is that the people I left behind there never saw it. I decided to quit because I could not carry the burden of frustration because I was carrying that behavior even to my own home. It affected my family, it affected my relationship with my wife. So at the end of the day, I felt if I can't get out of this thing, it will either destroy me or it will either destroy my marriage. So at the end, I quit. So when I quit, I thought those people I left behind were two of my colleagues. They could not wait. It was sad. And a few days ago, a friend of mine told me that they were in a meeting with some of the kids we were working with, and one of those colleagues was told to stand on top of a chair by the boss. The guy is a bully, and telling that person to stand on top of a chair is a sign that he wanted to demean them in front of the children she's working with. I was so disappointed when I had that. And those are the kind of environment you should not work in. You cannot stay in a workplace because you feel it's your comfort zone. That's your comfort zone. When the more you stay in a place where it's abusive like that, you should walk out. You should walk out. That's your comfort zone. Totally your comfort zone. That's you're saying that that person will take advantage of you because he say you see you not go anywhere without him. You see that he has the future in your hand, in his hands, and you will never go anywhere if you can't change, if you never go anywhere without him. And the truth is that I saw that from him, and it reached a point I was so discouraged that I was telling my friends that I will quit, and it was a long time coming for me because it reached a point I was like, okay, I have to quit. I also have to quit, and all of a sudden I'm out, and I'm not working right now, and it's been like I'd always say it's 58 days now. Still going strong. I know there's going to be something out there. And I still know I'm going to do my calling. So I said quit. And the factors too have not quit is what stones. I'm not saying that they should quit. But what I'm trying to say that the fact that they're staying in that relationship, it signifies that they're kind of inadequate in their life, that their life will never go on without that place. That they cannot make any something for them without the place. It's true. I know them. The education background, all other stuff, what they go through, but that that's not a place for a person who needs to be like he or his or her life. I was so embarrassed about it. I was so discouraged when I heard that they could not want even to quit. They're afraid to quit, and that guy has been doing that, has been on their case up to date, bullying them. Maybe that's will end, but with me, I felt it was a need for me to walk out of it, and I ended it. And I also want to talk about those kind of friends who you have in your life. People who are pretending to be your friends, but when you're going through madness in life, they run away from you. There are those people who come to your life because they want something from you, not they want to bring something from you. Me, I prefer being a friend who's adding something to anybody. If I don't add anything in your life, then I don't want to be your friend. If I don't add positivity in your life, I don't want to be your friend. If I don't bring positive energy in your life, then I don't want to be your friend. I want to be that friend who wants something. No matter what I have right now, I don't have any financial anything, any money. But one thing that I'd like to have in my life to be somebody who gives good advices, somebody who speaks his truth. So when I see that kind of relationship with friends who don't do that to other friends, even to me, and you are my friend. I mean, it doesn't have to be financial. It doesn't have to be, but it has to be somebody who has your back. Somebody who, when you're down, they got you. It's more than just the financial. It's more than just being friends. It's more than just showing up into somebody's life. Friendship is a lot of things. Friendship is being there for that person. Friendship is helping that person in your own ways. It doesn't have to be finance, like I said. And it's discouraging when I used to have that kind of a friend, and he was only that guy would call, I'd call, hey, Maze, can you help? Can you loan me this kind of man? And they'd be like, I don't have money. And then few minutes later, or 30 minutes later, they call you, hey, can you come so we can get drunk? I mean, which kind of friend does that? So I used to like weighing on the kind of friend that I surround myself with. I used to be like, if this person does not give me productivity, is not productive in my life, then I don't need him in my life. So as much as I'd advise you, by time is running out, as much as I'd advise is that surround yourself with people who are productive in your life. Surround yourself with people who are positive energy in your life. Surround yourself with people. You don't have to make promises. Don't surround yourself with people who make promises to break them. No, surround yourself with people who don't make any promise, but they still show up in your life. They still be part of your productivity. Still be part of your positive energy. And surround yourself, bring people into your life. Whether it's a marriage, whether it's work people, work ethics. Surround yourself with colleagues who are way better than you. Surround yourself with colleagues who are productive. Surround yourself with colleagues who are going to add value to you. It's It's something that you need to know. And I feel you will never go anywhere if you're not productive or positive. And that goes to the company you keep. If you keep a company which is negative, you will never go anywhere. Whether it's in your relationship, whether it's in your work, or whether it's in your the friends you keep, never go anywhere. So it's better to surround yourself with people who are positive. People who can, maybe you always find those negative energy people like, I want to do this, and they'll be like, don't do it. If you do that, man, you're not going to go anywhere. My friend, don't listen to that kind of people. If you can't risk in your life, you'll never go anywhere. If you're never positive in your life, you'll never go anywhere. I tell you that. If you be that person who listens to people, who's afraid to do anything because somebody said it, you'll never make anywhere in life. If you're afraid of risking because somebody negative said that, or if you're afraid of, if you let alone positive negative energy into your life, people like the one I'm talking about, the boss I used to have, that guy broke me down. That made me realize there's demon in some human beings. That kind of people, when you have, you will never get anywhere in life. Those are the people you should run away from. In fact, when you meet that kind of person, you should be like, run. So I don't know what you do with your life, but I advise you, for you to build yourself, don't let any negative people in. Shut them out. Don't shout out at them. Shut them out. Make sure you live your life in your own terms, and make sure it's not in a comfort zone. Because if the more you stay in a comfort zone in that kind of a workplace, which is toxic, you will never go anywhere. The more you stay in a comfort zone in some kind of a relationship, you will never go anywhere. Build your life, make it wonderful, and don't forget to live for your own purpose. Peace out, guys.